Don't know what's happening there. There's oil on it as well. I think it's leaking as well. There's the new one. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're doing the rear suspension, the shock absorbers, and I've also got a question for you about the brakes as well, so keep watching. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoy the video, and also subscribe and hit the notifications bell and you'll be informed when the next video drops. Right, let's get to the video. Okay, let me show you what I've got. In the end I decided to go for Koni. Only reason is that's the only name I recognise of the ones that are available. There were cheaper ones there, but I just didn't know the names. So I've heard of Koni, I know they're pretty good, so that's why I got these. I think they cost about €50 each, so which is pretty good. Let's take a look inside, open them up. There we go. Nice. So hopefully the bolt will go through there. I did sort of see somewhere that someone had bought shock absorbers for their Barchetta and the bolt was sort of too loose in that hole there. So anyway, that should be, that's a bit scratched there, that's a bit annoying. Paint's coming off. Oh well, they're going to be under the car anyway, but that's it. Brand new Koni shocks. I'm not going to open the other box because it's going to be exactly the same. Right, let's get the car jacked up and get these fitted. Okay, before I start jacking the car up, I've got the car in gear and I've also got the front wheels chopped as well, just to stop any movement when the car is getting jacked up. Right, let's have a look underneath. You've got the bottom bolt there, which is 18mm, but the one at the top is a little bit harder to get to. So if I just show you up through here, sort of above the exhaust in there, there's your top bolt there, which is 16mm. A little bit tricky to get to, but I should be able to do it. I'll spray some WD-40 on, just to loosen it all up, and then we'll crack them off. So a quick closer look here at the bottom bolt. You can see the rubber's all worn out there. Don't know what's happening there. There's oil on it as well, and you've got sort of smears on here as well, so it's leaking from somewhere. So yeah, definitely doing the right thing by changing them. Bit harder to get to this one. Okay, while that's soaking in, I just want to say something quickly about the brakes. I'll put a page up now from the Barchetta service manual. If you take a look there, it says that when you bleed the brakes, you start with the front left, which sort of goes against sort of what most people sort of say to do when bleeding the brakes. So it'd be interesting to see what you think. If you use sort of this order, or have you sort of gone with the norm of sort of starting furthest away from the brake master cylinder. Anyway, leave something in the comments below and let me know what you think. Okay, before we undo the bolts, we need to jack up the spring a little bit just to take the tension off the shock absorber. So the top one's going to be a bit of a nightmare, but I'll do what I can to film it. Bottom one should be a lot easier. Alright, that's the old one coming on. There we go. Right, let's compare the old and the new. There's the old one there. There's oil and the rubber's worn out. I think it's leaking as well. There's the new one. See, I did initially think that was packaging, but it's not. You sort of leave it on there as a bump stop in case that gets compressed totally and the metal doesn't sort of smash against each other, so that does need to stay there. The sleeve's a bit shorter on the new ones, but I suppose that's not a problem. Also, that is rubber there. It doesn't look like it, but it is. It's painted. So whereas one out there, it's sort of nice and clean there. Right, I think that's it. Let's get it back on the car. One other thing I did actually when I bought these, I did contact the part supplier and said have they got a certificate of compatibility for the Fiat, because when you go to the inspection here in Spain, they are sort of really fussy, and they want to know that anything you've sort of changed is a compatible part for the car. So the supplier contacted Koni. Koni actually came back with a certificate for me, which you can see a copy of there now, which details the chassis number of the car, registration, etc., saying it is a compatible part. So hopefully when I go for the inspection in a few months, I shouldn't have any problems. Right, let's get it back on the car. I'll just show you at the top. There we go, so it fits in nicely. So I'll do the bolt at the top first. I'm not going to be able to film that, it's just too difficult to get in there. But I'll show you the bottom one being done up. Alright, let's get the bottom one in. It's a little bit fiddly doing these up, but you'll find the sort of way that works for you. So I'm going to torque to 62 at the top and 70 at the bottom. I'll give these a final tighten once it's back on the ground. Okay, that's the difficult side out of the way. Now let's get on with the other side. Okay, this side should be a lot easier, no exhaust in the way, and pretty good access to both bolts. So I'll squirt some WD-40 on there, help loosen them up, then we'll jack up the spring and we'll start loosening the bolts. This side's much easier than the other side, but I want to show both, just so you know that the whole job, although it's pretty straightforward, you do get these sort of little issues crop up. I mean, there's not really anything in the way here. You've got the brake pipes there, but you've still got plenty of clearance. Alright, just loosen off the bottom one. Right, again, remember it's 16 for the top and 18 for the bottom. Didn't think that was going to go in for a second, but it's gone in alright. Let's just find the bolt. I need to push this one up a little bit to get it in. You could put a little bit of copper grease or thread locker on the bolts if you want, it's up to you. I've seen people sort of do it with or without, so I suppose it's just preference. Okay, I'll just tighten these up and torque them up. So I did 62 at the top and 70 at the bottom. Alright, let's do the top. Alright, job done. Right, there we go. Second shock absorber on. Job done. Just got to put the wheel back on and that's it. Well, that's a wrap. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe and hit the notifications bell and you'll get a reminder when the next video drops. See you next time.